It's never been easier to experience award-recognized quality. All it takes is your signature. The key to sign it and drive it safe.
You'll see the whole thing when
Planning to touch Harper for another crab season. Before 31% cash back every year, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. 30% back on gas. Captain Stevens used his Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card to get just a catch of the day. Crablegs. No hoops to jump through. For more exclusive behind-the-scenes content, go to discovery.com/catch. Share it out and watch Debbie's Catch Tuesdays at 9 on Discovery. Before earning enough cash back from Bank of America to buy a new ship bag. Before earning 1% cash back everywhere, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before he got 3% back on gas. Kenny used his Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card to turn away some equity. Because he loves to play
this thing's more
not to do it. That's the excitement of rewarding connections. Apply online or at Bank of America near you.
When you get up to 50% off thousands of hotels with Cut Plus, it means you can also afford to get up to 50% Swedish massages, making it the place to find the place for summer escapes.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to a rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira, helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira, helping me reach for more. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for more than 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain viral infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, or approved infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
Sonic hot dogs are great.
What would you say is your favorite Sonic hot dog?
Or your parent,
One of these guys.
children, wash, got it. Okay, so it doesn't repeat everything I say right back to our mother.
With 6 great flavors starting at $1.99, Sonic's America's hot dog headquarters. This is how you Sonic.
Allergy medicine not working, this may be why. Your symptoms are caused by your body's responses to allergens. Antihistamines target only one of these responses. Nasoport Allergy 24 stops more for 24-hour relief. New Nasoport stops more of what makes you miserable.
Who's ready to have a baby? Mr. Posey.
You're not my doctor.
I'm sort of your doctor. We both wear gloves, and we always deliver in the clutch. Gloves, clutch.
No, I'm sorry.
Perhaps we take a vote?
No.
Okay, guys, we're gonna do this or not?
Let him try. No.
Sort of you isn't you. I mean, you're embarrassing me in front of Buster Posey. Insurance helps make sure you only pay for what's right for you, not someone who's sort of like you. Insurance, an official sponsor of Major League Baseball. Attention. If you had hip or knee surgery and then had a serious infection and needed antibiotics, hospitalization, or additional surgeries because of the infection, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call 1-800-DRUG-HURT. That's 1-800-DRUG-HURT.
Anybody that says put on the state of their life.
Yeah.
There's a snake right there.
Treasure Quest, Snake Island, all new series, Friday 10 on Discovery. Catch up on demand. Welcome back to the base. Deadliest Catch is just minutes away from your screens. Right, after that. But right now, in the bait bin, let's get to know Dutch Harbor. Dutch is on the Aleutian Island of Unalaska, where there are 7 different places to tie up a crab boat. There are also 5 bars, 2 hotels, and 1 active volcano. Yes, active volcano. In fact, volcanic activity created the Aleutian chain. Without volcanoes, there would be no Dutch Harbor. And that's why this man is here. Volcanologist, Professor George Bergantz from the University of Washington.
Well, Christian is a volcano on Unalaska Island, and I believe it went off in 1995 was the last time it was active. It did indeed, and that was a modest-sized eruption. You know, if you look at Christian, it doesn't look like a mountain. It's not real pointy and sharp, like, say, Cleveland or some of the others. It's a volcano. No, seriously,
It was flowing a lot.
1996.
When that dam was active, planes couldn't get in and out. You're only about 40 miles from Dutch to the next island, and so planes couldn't get in.
You may remember in 1989 when Redoubt went off, a 747 fell 2 miles before Pirates got the engines to start, and the further disaster was 237 people.
Heroes, because they never stopped trying to start those engines all the way down.
We're on the deadliest crash. What's the deadliest volcano?
You okay?
Well, this one in kind of historic times is probably more. In the 1800s, you had at least 90,000 people die from the direct eruption, and maybe another 100,000 died of starvation. But in 1985, the Battle del Ruiz in Colombia was in a state of eruption and buried a city of 24,000 people in their sleep.
Thanks for scaring us to death, man. I appreciate it. You've been great, pal. We gotta get you out of here, dude. I can't sleep at night.
Thanks, Tom. These guys will never sleep again. Still, that was a perfect segue to this deadliest eruption. I'm not. Last week on Deadliest Catch, Josh blew us up. What you don't get is this. This is what you get. What the you get? We get. We get everything we know. Jacob, quit. You're quitting. All right, everyone's witness of these. We have don't prepare it. Fix it. Fix it. And Josh is here in the bait bin, where we hope cooler heads might prevail.
So did he quit walk?
He quit.
Really?
He quit.
Just because he couldn't take a good old fashioned ass tune because he wasn't doing his job? You saw it for me. He got plenty ass tune.
That was a real sad deal, but the crew, after that, there was no arguments anymore. I'm like, get out there and do this, and immediately it's getting done. It's not like I'm going to take 10 minutes to smoke a cigarette, then I'm going to have a cup of coffee, then I'm going to eat some breakfast. You know, it's like, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. It's going on. I got the other job to do. All you guys are professional. You're seasoned veterans. Let's get out there and let's get this job done. Because every day we're sitting on land, I'm losing money, and they don't have to care about it because they're not writing the checks.
There's a fine line when you go to step up to your crew and let them know who's the boss. You gotta have pouring in your mind that one or all may just leave.
Wow.
So you have to be prepared to hire new crew members and have a backup plan for a backup plan.
You know what? It's showing a different leadership style for you. I mean, I've never seen you blow up like that before, and actually hold guys accountable for what they're doing. So, you know, hands on that. That's good stuff.
We're professionals, you know, on a professional boat, and especially when you put all the money you got into something, and then you see these guys just, you know, at that point in time, their mind wasn't in the game, no pressure going to apply. It's like, you know, let's get this going.
I think you've earned their respect in that case.
We got our season done, and we did it in very good fashion once we got out there.
You know what's strange though? It's like, you know, you're trying to push these guys, but I'll bet you don't, you know, anything. Keith's crew, they're already together, or Bill's, you know, if you say we got to do this done, they're going to do it on their own, you know. Or see, or you know, the older, like Mike, the same thing. It's like, boom, you don't have to say nothing. They just do. They know you have to say stuff.
Until then, we got to watch them. We got to babysit them, and that's part of being the new guys is getting a crew that's going to be together, and a crew that's going to be together for a while, and then they get to know you and know you.
All right, guys, this episode's going to be short.
They don't have to say
Let's
it.
go.
They just know when that boat gets to the dock what they have to do. For us, as being the new guys, you know, we're putting together that crew, but you have to have enough quota where they're making enough money where they feel like, you know, they're working for something.
But you know what, at the same time, is when you sign up for a boat, you need to take pride in that boat and the boat you're working for and the captain you're working for. Doesn't matter if you're going to catch 2 million pounds of crab or 200,000 pounds of crab. Sometimes you just gotta drop the hammer.
And as you can see, that's what we did. Good job.
Yeah.
There will be more hammers dropping tonight on Deadliest Catch when Keith rips into his new greenboard.
Why did you not alert me to this before you took this job? Do I have to go to town now? Tell what happened? I answer that question. Come on, man. Let's have a reality check here. And I continue to fish, and I have to turn this over and go back to town.
We'll be right back with more of the bait.
Coming up, the captains take on the director of the bait.
No, you can't do that here.
And later, it's the truly wet game, and one team's trying to cheat.
You gotta take that answer.
You feel It's that kind of summer event. Introducing special offers for summer. Visit your local Acura dealer today. Double it up this summer with a hot deal from Domino's. The $2.50 double combo. I'm not watering double cheeseburger and small fries for just $2.50. Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. Flonase is the 24-hour relief that outperforms the #1 non-drowsy allergy pill. When we breathe in allergies, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So go ahead, inhale life. Excite your senses. Seize the day and the night. Flonase, 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Well, that's why I brought. There's just one last thing to do. Check the trick
I
on.
had a thermal
Operations
stone.
change
I
all
don't
the
know
time for
where
all kinds of
I
reasons.
had a thermal
Strip
stone.
articles in the latest, most accurate data, so I can be sure if I'm getting a great price. This is Tripod.
Ooh, that's big on
What is the Carbonaro effect? It's hard to define exactly. You have to see it.
Hey, no one took a fight with
Believe it.
them.
20 cents each. I'll take 10 of them. It's that moment when the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Have you ever seen one of these before? It's like a detail. When you put the head on
This
there.
is good. Don't worry about it. Cover your eyes, guys. Cover your eyes.
Tomorrow at 10 Central on your TV. Attention. If you had hip or knee surgery and then had a serious infection and needed antibiotics, hospitalization, or additional surgeries because of the infection, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call 1-800-DRUG-HURT. That's 1-800-DRUG-HURT.
I have enough to start fighting. Ooh, look how much stuff they take out for you. Yeah, monthly is a lot bigger than that.
Next.
Yeah,
On that day's catch, we see the captains in their helmets. Plus, other shows actually be on a different side of these guys. There was Active to Catch, where the captains met in ports all over the country. Talk and play, listen to great music. Is that how we're going to do a little bit of friction? It was revelation. Captains better their souls and gut-wrenching interviews. Or you're digging deeper. And now, there's a great. Shows were designed to tell the stories behind Deadliest Catch. Executive producer and director Matt Bennett has worked closely with the captains to make all of these shows happen. Now, Captain Singh has decided it's Matt's turn in the hot seat. Careful out there, Matt. Man, am I excited about tonight's episode of Deadliest Catch. You guys, it's going to be a great show. What's bizarre is that we've got all these cameras going, and I don't have anything to do with them. Let's go to camera 3.
You can't do that here.
When I first met you, I had no idea you were in charge of all this. I thought you were the mail boy or something with the nerdy glasses. And then, let's frame him out. Hey, you're in the hot seat.
Deadliest Catch, let's face it, that's our job. That's a documentary, more or less, of what we're doing. But that's why it's so fun, because, you guys come in and dig a little deeper. Yeah, it's about Deadliest Catch, but then you also get a lot of the personal stuff, we were in the airport, lady taps my wife on the shoulder, she's buying a magazine, and she goes, how can you be married to such a rough, mean guy? People don't get to see the other sides of us, and then you guys kind of get to do that.
What's your favorite moments from After the Catch debate? What are your favorite moments?
One of my favorite moments was when, after Catch 1, we had this great idea that we would open up a life raft in the bar.
This one.
We had no idea what was going to happen.
In hindsight, maybe not the wisest decision I've ever made.
And you did it without us? No, you were there. Duh. Yes, John, you were there. Tapes don't lie.
I remember like that.
Well, that's part of that first After the Catch was that, yes, you had a few drinks, John. There's no question about it. Well, that's what happens when you film in a real bar with real craft fishermen. We drank a lot of booze. Yes. It was free booze for 5 days filming. Remember you cut us off that one time to 20 drinks a day, so we had double. That's when Phil was around.
There's a lot of stories to tell, but you know what? These guys, for me, did a little collection of after the catch moments that we can watch right now.
Okay, let's take a look. I'm like, bro, this is after the catch. Until you just pushed an outhouse up a hill at top speed, you had it really lit. Oh yeah, let's do this. That's what they talk about after the catch. All the good times.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying that. I mean, it's really great to see you because you asked about favorite moments, and if there's really a favorite moment of all, it came with Phil's passing. His passing was so devastating for all of us because we had become friends with Phil, like legitimate close friends. And when he passed, I just didn't want to do the show. I thought, why would we bother doing it? And then they wanted us to go to New Orleans. And I said, you know what? We need to go and shoot a second line like that, a real funeral march in New Orleans and celebrate his life.
I gotta admit, when you asked us to go to New Orleans, I was really intimidated. I was afraid. I just felt like it was going to be a sad thing, and that you go trust me. You know, just trust me.
And we did it, and the next thing you know, you guys are out dancing in the street for Phil Harris. And we were in the truck calling cameras, and tears were pouring down our face, and we had, celebrated the life of our friend Phil. So that was one of the greatest gifts that the show gave us.
Some of my best and worst memories have been documented on national television. One of my favorites was, of course, our dance, our honeymoon.
Oh, yeah.
After that rough season in the ice in Colorado.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite moments.
Jake, Jenna Anderson, this was for you. The wedding dance was so cool, and then to have Jenna and Aiden on the show a couple weeks ago was such a great sort of full circle.
The first time I ever remember really actually bonding with you was Revelations.
Oh,
and somehow you managed to pull all that stuff out about my dad. I don't know how you did it. I was in the right place at the right time.
It's in Revelations was an incredible show. And then I remember sitting there doing an interview with you. Daniel's crying, you're crying, I'm crying. I'm like, afterwards, I'm like, oh my God. I go, I'm going to look like the biggest baby of all of us. And you're like, every single guy has broken.
We got this wall up, like, you got to be tough. And then he has a way of just making you know.
You make me cry.
Oh yeah.
Look, you guys are full pops, and that's why we work so hard over months and months to figure out how to make these funny shows. So you have to blanks. Sometimes they are blanks. They're more blanks. I mean, we work hard at it, but you do the work.
Well, then keep working.
Next week on Deadliest Catch, how is the Wizard crew abandoning ship? Some crazy You'll have to watch to find out.
My father always said, always give credit where credit is due, and that's why I couldn't wait to get you out there, man. You deserve all of that. Team, every guy.